I hope you enjoyed the video I just did. It's very important. If you haven't watched it, watch it, because I'm going to be doing an extended, detailed version of it on Patreon. Pick a card. What do you need to know right now? If you'd like your own private reading, go to naomitarot.com. If you'd like to see more information about current events, royals, sign readings, spells, go to patreon.com/naomitarot. Okay, so what does number one need to know? Okay, so there is a big change that's about to occur in your life. There is a big change that's about to occur in your life. And that big change is going to come after some kind of a loss, or maybe you've experienced a loss recently. And you've been soul searching a lot. So you've been thinking, you've been reflecting, like, what should I do? Where should I go? Maybe you had some big event in your life that's affected things, and you're just kind of like wondering, where do I go from here? Okay. I feel like the change that's going to occur in your life is a very positive one. It might have to do with romance and love. It might have to do with something, with like a sexual partner, but it also could be just something more loving towards yourself. Maybe you're making a decision that's more loving to yourself. I feel like whatever this decision is something that you've reflected on a long time, or you've had a chance to reflect upon. And since coming to this conclusion, you feel more at peace, more balanced, more whole. It could also be a decision to move. I feel like there's some change, some really positive change in decision. It could involve a change of location for a loved one or for yourself. It could also just involve like taking all things into account and realizing, where you're going in life and being more clear about that. After having lost, you're going to be gaining in the next couple of months. I feel like you're going to be gaining a lot more, and you're gaining a lot of confidence in your decisions and where you're going, where you're headed, what you're doing. I feel like that's occurring. I feel like also, number one, what you're being told is that maybe you've had a lot of turmoil and confusion with some decision or some feeling about something, but ultimately I feel like you've considered it long enough, and I think now is time to let go and act. So whatever your plan is, this new change coming to you is good for you. I think you've considered it enough, and I think it's time to take some kind of action. Okay? Let's see now. What number are we on now? We're on number 2 at 302. Okay, so message number 2. What do you need to know right now? Okay, you're undecided, message number 2. There's something you're very undecided about. And it may have to do with a decision that's going to affect your family or affect loved ones. And you're really trying to be mature about this and considerate, or that's your advice. You've got to cut through the bullshit. Make the most logical decision, the one that's going to work for everybody, not the emotional decision, right? Because this is going to affect the future going forward. I think you need to give yourself some time to rest and consider things, because this decision's going to affect a lot of people, and you're afraid of hurting others with the decision. But ultimately, you've got to just rip off the Band-Aid and do it. I feel like number 1 and 2 are similar. It's about decision making. It's about acting on a plan. Give yourself, I feel like number 2 though is saying don't act yet. When you are ready, just do it, but don't act yet. You've got to give yourself some more time to consider. The first one is saying just act. You've given yourself enough time. This one is kind of like give yourself more time. Maybe see how others react to your idea, because it's going to involve a lot of other people, I feel like, and it's going to affect the long term quite a lot. Okay. Also, it could mean more money for you or for others, more financial success, this decision. And I think if you make the decision you've been leaning towards, I feel like there's going to be a big celebration, and it's going to have to do with monetary increases or something positive having to do with money. So I do think overall the decision you come to is going to be the best one for you. and it's going to involve a large increase of money in the next couple of months. It may involve also a geographical move. If not a geographical move, once you make this decision, you're just going to feel calmer and you're going to start to see the money flow more evenly to you. Okay. All right. So number 2. So it seems like these messages today are about decisions. Like, what should I do? Right. Interesting how they're coming out like that after the video I just did. Okay, message number 3. Okay. Love. Maybe you are in love right now. You are in love right now, or there is something having to do with love right now. Maybe there's some love you don't want to lose or let go of from somebody. You don't want to let go of somebody's blessing, but at the same time, you feel trapped. So there's somebody that you aim, so there's somebody that you aim to please, right? But at the same time, though you don't want to let go of them, you don't want to lose them, you feel kind of trapped by something with them. Okay? And you want things to turn out positive in the future, or you want things to go well. But at the same time, it's like you feel like you're missing your alone time, or you feel smothered, or you feel like you need this time alone. You've been moving very slowly towards this decision that you've wanted to make, and you're ready to manifest it with the highest and deepest love. And you're really looking ahead towards the future and completing things that you've wanted. And you're doing this with strength, or you intend to do this with strength and perseverance and love, taking into account. But a part of you feels very frustrated for some reason. So we're going to go into what that's all about, because it seems like it's kind of push-pull back and forth. Like, I love them, but I want to do this, but I love them, but this is going to affect the long term. So this reading seems like, what decision should I make? I'm going to retitle the video, because it seems like these are all decision readings, right? So what does that 8 of Swords and 7 of Wands mean? Frustration and feeling trapped. What do those cards mean in this number 3? Okay, so we got it again. 7 of Wands. There's frustration associated with this loved one. And you do love them, right? You do love them, but you've also been trying to get in your head, not just your heart. You want the best possible outcome, but you're afraid of losing them. You want to be recognized still by them, but at the same time, it's like you need your space. Maybe you're considering breaking up with somebody. If not breaking up, there's some decision that's going to affect a loved one negatively, and it's the best decision for yourself, but at the same time, they won't like it. So it's like juggling 2 opposing sides. Are you willing to accept an ending because you choose yourself over them? I think that's what this is. Whatever decision this is, if you choose yourself over them, that's what this is going to come down to. And you have sat in this uncertainty for long enough. And yes, I know you love them, or they're a loved one. Could be family member too. Although this usually means couple and sexual. It could be friend or family member. You love them quite a lot, this person. And you want the best for them and for yourself. You only want the best. You don't want to feel left out in the cold, but at the same time, it's like, if I act on this and you're like hesitating, it's going to hurt somebody. If I don't act on this, it's going to hurt somebody. So sometimes in life, you've just got to reach out of this feeling of despair and do it. You've just got to do it. And ultimately, this manifestation is either about a sacrifice of yourself, or it's putting yourself first and walking away from something. Because something I feel like is a deal breaker here, or something's going to alienate, some decision is going to alienate somebody, but ultimately you have to do what's right for you. You have to do what's right for you. What's going to give you that 9 of Cups feeling in the end? Maybe it's going to hurt in the temporary, but what's going to give you that feeling in the end? That's the one that you've got to do and move forward with. All right. Thank you for watching. Hope this helped. I'll talk to you later. Go to my Patreon if you'd like to see current events, sign readings, spells, royal readings. I also delve deeper into what's going on in the collective and how we're being misled in society right now. And if you'd like your own private reading, go to naomitarot.com. Thank you. Bye-bye.